You get into an elevator. A stranger steps in behind you. Your shoulders tighten. Your eyes drop to the floor. You tell yourself it's nothing, but the real answer is far stranger than nothing. Your brain just ran a threat assessment older than language itself. It happened in under a second. No thought involved. Just a reflex written into you long before you were born. For most of human history, a stranger wasn't a stranger. Your entire world was maybe 150 people. Faces you'd known since birth. Voices you could pick out in the dark. The anthropologist Robin Dunbar studied this number for decades, and he found that 150 is roughly the limit of relationships a human brain can meaningfully track. Beyond that circle, everyone was unknown. And unknown meant unpredictable. Unpredictable meant dangerous. Think about what that world actually looked like. No police, no background checks. No way to know if the person walking towards your camp wanted to trade or wanted to take. The only tool you had was instinct. So evolution built you a fast, blunt filter. One face recognized as familiar, calm. One face unrecognized, alarm. That filter still runs today. Except now it fires on a barista, a new coworker, a stranger's reflection in an elevator door. Here's where it gets stranger. The psychologist Henry Tajfel ran a series of experiments in the 1970s that revealed something unsettling. He split people into groups using something as meaningless as a coin flip. Nothing about their lives, nothing about their beliefs, just an arbitrary label. And almost instantly, people started favoring their own group and distrusting the other one. No history of conflict, no real difference at all. Just a line drawn between us and them, and the brain rushed to defend it. You didn't choose this. You inherited it. But here's the twist most people never hear. Trusting strangers wasn't always dangerous. Sometimes it was the entire survival strategy. The anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hrdy spent years studying early human child rearing, and she found something remarkable. Human infants survived because groups shared caregiving far beyond the mother. Aunts, elders, even unrelated members of the band would step in. Humans, she argued, are one of the only primates built to extend trust outward, not just inward. Cooperation with outsiders wasn't a weakness. It was often what let a struggling group survive a bad season, a bad hunt, a bad year. So your brain carries two instincts at once. One tells you to fear the unfamiliar face. The other tells you that face might be the difference between starving and surviving. These two systems don't take turns politely. They compete. And the outcome of that competition shaped entire societies. Groups that leaned too heavily on fear stayed small, isolated, and fragile. Groups that leaned too heavily on blind trust risked exploitation from outsiders with bad intentions. The groups that lasted found a fragile middle. Enough caution to filter out real threats. Enough openness to form alliances, trade routes, and marriages between bands that had never met before. That balance is still being negotiated inside you every single day without your permission. Which one wins depends entirely on context. A dim alley at night. Your fear instinct fires. A community potluck with your neighbor's neighbor. Your cooperation instinct fires instead. Neither reaction is wrong. Both were shaped by circumstances your ancestors actually lived through. Now look at your life today. You live surrounded by more strangers than any human in history ever has. Thousands pass you on a single subway ride. Millions exist behind screens you scroll past every night. Your ancient alarm system was never built for this volume. It wasn't designed to sort a crowded city block. It was designed to sort a campfire of 150 faces. So it misfires constantly. It flags the harmless as risky. It exhausts you with alerts that have no real danger behind them. That tightness in your chest on a crowded train isn't weakness. It's a survival tool running in an environment it was never calibrated for. Understanding that changes something. The wariness isn't broken. It's outdated software running on hardware built for a world that no longer exists. Next time you feel that flicker of unease around someone new, notice it without obeying it automatically. Ask what century that feeling actually belongs to, because that stranger in the elevator isn't a threat from your past. They're just a modern face wearing an ancient warning your ancestors once needed to survive.